Hello, book lovers, and welcome to Book Talk Radio Club. My name is Claire Perkins, and today I'm talking to author Erin Thornton. Erin is the author of Dangerous Calculations, a romantic suspense, and the second of her Dangerous series. Trish is a financial advisor working on the biggest project of her career. Little does she know that her world is about to be ripped out of control. Between her health issues and life plans, she may not be able to handle what is to come. Brian is a detective who has always been a player in his personal life. After missing out on his chance with Trish, he has regretted his life decisions. Now he must figure out a way to get Trish to give him a chance, but her work is overshadowing him. What he doesn't realise is Trish needs him more than either of them know. Hi Erin, first of all welcome and thank you for coming back on Book Talk Radio Club.
Thanks for having me, I'm glad to be back.
As Dangerous Calculations is the second in your Dangerous series, have you carried on the story from Dangerous After Dark or are the characters totally different?
Well, my Dangerous series is a standalone series, but they run from a family of characters. So while the characters are in the same family, I didn't exactly choose the same leads. They're different characters. So I wanted them to have individual stories so that I didn't leave any readers on a cliffhanger. I personally hate cliffhangers. I don't, and I also have found that if you take a story and carry those leads on a little too long, you draw it out to the point where there's almost no story left.
Yes, I understand that.
I was really afraid of that.
Trish is a modern woman. She faces her problems head on and is certainly not a damsel in distress waiting to be rescued. Is Trish based on someone you know, or is she just an amalgamation of today's 21st century woman?
Trish is her own person. I don't necessarily base my characters off of anyone, but there's possible elements that pop in from my surroundings here and there. An example, I was recently told that in my first novel, someone found my husband. I didn't write my husband in that novel anywhere, but they said that with dialogue and just different characters and things like that, they knew it was him.
Right.
So it's completely unintentional. When with Trish, she's just strong-willed. And she's very opinionated, but also she knows when she can't do it alone, but that doesn't stop her from trying.
One of your reviewers for your first novel, Dangerous After Dark, said, "Not for the faint of heart." Would this also apply to Dangerous Calculations?
I would say that while all the books in the Dangerous series have a little bit of a darker turn, it's not as violent as the first novel.
Okay.
The first novel had a sexual assault aspect that you needed to feel that anger, that violence from the attacker. And with this one, it's more of a trigger-happy mafia feel, and so it's not as graphic as the first novel.
I noticed that a number of your readers have said they become vested in the characters and empathise with them, and that's a sign of a good writer. Do you feel they're telling you their stories as you write your books? In other words, are your characters becoming like real people to you now?
My characters have always had an element of real to me. I get a little carried away in certain moments, and when I'm writing a certain darker scene or one that has a lot of extra emotion in it, I actually have to stop writing and regroup. Right. Because I don't want bad things to happen to them any more than the reader does. But I'm more of a vessel, and their stories flow from me as their story leads.
Interesting. Trish and Brian are more of a real-life couple. How would you describe a real-life couple?
Well, I'd say relationships aren't easy.
Yeah.
They aren't sunshine and roses all day, every day. People in relationships, my husband and I, we might bicker or argue on occasion, maybe sometimes all-out brawl. But it doesn't change the love that's there.
Absolutely.
When you've chosen a partner, you have to know that they are who they are, good and bad, and you've chosen that. You aren't going to see eye to eye on every issue, and you might laugh when they're trying not to be funny. And you might even offend them, even not on purpose, just being honest. If a relationship looks perfect, it's probably, chances are something's hidden or hasn't come out yet, because relationships are real.
Absolutely. So you wrote Trish and Brian not through rose-tinted glasses, huh?
Exactly.
Who is your author hero in your genre? Did their writing inspire you as you wrote down Dangerous Calculations and Dangerous After Dark?
That's a really hard question, because I read so many genres, and there's so many authors, I couldn't just possibly pick one.
Right.
And I don't necessarily follow a particular writing style, so I take my inspiration from life and things around me. So while it may come from different authors and different ways that they write or genres, I pull from everything, and that's ultimately why I became a multi-genre author.
Right. You're a busy mum to 6 kids. How on earth do you find the time to write? It must take some determination and self-discipline.
Honestly, I have to set predetermined goals. I decide when I want to finish and what it's going to take to get there. All but one of my kids are in school, so I get a little bit more writing done during the day in between my youngest's wants and whims.
Right.
I may have to take a break to get her a snack or play Candyland, but it's worth it in the long run because then we're both happy and I can still get some writing done in that day. I also write a lot on the weekends when my husband's home.
Yeah.
And he can watch the kids. I can lock myself away, and it lets me have a little bit of my time. And when I'm in a time crunch, like the last one that I just released, I did break out our shooting muffs to block out the sound, and it magically worked wonders. There's actually some really funny pictures on my Facebook page.
I'll have to have a look. I understand you love to make up stories for your kids at bedtime when they were younger. Do you see yourself writing children's books at all?
Actually, my oldest daughter and I are dabbling with the idea of doing a book of short stories together.
That's nice.
She's has a lot of writing for her English classes at school.
Right.
And over the years between us, we've come up with some really great, silly, off-the-wall stories that we thought would make a really great collection.
That sounds like a nice idea. How old is she?
She's good gracious, I went way back in time. She's 15. She'll be 16 in another couple months.
Oh, right. Yeah, that sounds like a nice idea. I know you've published your next book, Disaster in Love, which is a romantic comedy, and I look forward to chatting with you more about that for your next Book Talk Radio Club interview. Will there be any more books in the Dangerous series, as I know you're getting quite a number of followers of them?
Yes, there's actually going to be one more in the Dangerous series.
Right.
It's currently unnamed because that title hasn't made its way to me. They usually work their way through the more I write. There is a small snippet in the back of Calculations, and the readers are already begging me to write faster. I was in such a time crunch to get out Disaster in Love by my deadline that I decided to take a rest for the rest of January and just decompress, spend some time with my family, and that allows, but in the process, my brain has concocted probably 3 more stories ideas since then. So I'm a little itchy to write.
Yeah, but we need to give ourselves time, don't we? Otherwise, the ideas disappear.
They do, and honestly, I think in that time frame, while I do come up with these crazy ideas when I'm not writing, it allows me to let them fester and see if they're going to become anything or if they're just crazy ideas.
Where can Book Talk Radio Club listeners purchase Dangerous Calculations and, of course, Dangerous After Dark?
All my books are available on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited. They're in paperback and on ebook. And hopefully by early February, After Dark will have an audio version available as well.
That's interesting.
So I'm really exciting on that. I'm hoping to be able to, as the funds become available, get the next Calculations as well as Disaster in Love also on audio. It's been a really fun process for me, and I'm really enjoying it, being able to see my own books come to life.
I love listening to audiobooks. I know it's very, very popular, so I'm really pleased to hear that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've had a lot of readers that come back and tell me that they've bought the book, and it's not that they don't enjoy it, it's the fact that they just can't sit down and read a book, or they're going all the time and they don't have the time and the quiet and the sit-down time to be able to do it. So listening to audiobooks in the car has become a habit of theirs.
Oh yes, it's definitely a big deal. I love to do that. Well, thank you, Erin. That was great. And I look forward to chatting with you about Disaster in Love soon. And thank you for your time. And thank you, everyone, for listening to Book Talk Radio Club. Thanks, Erin.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Bye now.
Bye.
Is that okay for you?
That was great.
Lovely. Okay, I will get that on your page on Book Talk Radio Club within the next hour or so. Then I'll do the normal marketing, promoting it, and getting it syndicated for you.
Fantastic. I appreciate it. And we'll work out some timing that's coming up for Disaster.
Absolutely. Thank you, Erin. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.